Two countries, India and New Zealand, set for battle, the WTC final, first ever World Test Championship. You have played with both Virat and Kane Williamson. You know them both. You've captained Kane in IPL. Set it up for me, please. I mean, the two of them as leaders, the two of them as players. How do you look at the two of them?
Yeah, look, you look at two world-class batsmen, and then you look at the two world-class captains, and both average over 50. So, do New Zealand have the upper hand? Do they have the warm-up? Do they get that sense of what's the conditions going to be like? But then we go away from Lords. We're now down in Southampton at the Ageas Bowl. So that could be a spinning wicket. Over time, it has been a spinning wicket. In one-day cricket, we've seen it as a hard, bouncy track. So do India play two spinners? Do New Zealand play a specialist spinner, which is Mitchell Santner, which I think they definitely will? It's going to be a great battle, using a duke as well. So two teams against each other using a duke for the first time. I think there's going to be a battle of the bowlers.
So take that, David, take that. I mean, you said battle of the bowlers with the duke ball. So on one side, it's probably going to be Bumrah, Shami. They're saying Ishant or Siraj, maybe even Siraj and the two spinners. On the other side, we have bowled Saudi, Jamieson. So rate the two attacks for me and set it up, please.
Wow, you're giving me a very hard task there, Boria. You know, the interesting question is going to be, do they play Jamieson or do they play Wagner? Now, if it's a flat surface, we know what Wagner's capable of. He comes in and comes in and comes in all the time, all day. Doesn't matter what the conditions are. He just bombards you with that short pitch deliveries and makes you play every single delivery. So there's obviously a decision there to be made by New Zealand's team selectors. But you look on the other side with India, do you go with youth? Do you go with experience? Now, having faced Siraj out here in Australia, his line and consistency was impeccable. I only played 2 games, but the other guys, the senior players who played against him, had some difficult times against him. You know, we say length. Length is important in Australia. Now, in England, you've got to earn a little bit fuller. We've seen he's capable of going both ways. But then on the other hand, you've got height from Ishant Sharma, who can predominantly go into the right-handers and can go away at times. But do you go with youth or experience? Now, it's a World Test Championship. It's an inaugural opportunity. Now, that's a tough one for the selectors. But with obviously Bumrah opening the bowling as well, it's going to be challenging with him and Mohammad Shami as well, with the swing, with the seam. Then you go back to the other team, New Zealand, and they've got 2 exceptional world-class swing bowlers and know how to use a duke and know how to hit line and length. So how am I going to split them? I can't give you an answer. I cannot give you an answer. I can't be biased, but I think it's going to be an even contest.
One thing I wanted to know from you, as an opening batter, I mean, it will probably be Rohit and Shubman. How difficult will it be? What should be their approach from the senior pro and the junior man? So just decode both of them. What should be their approach?
Yeah, look, I think you got 2 obviously quality players, and yet again, it's a situation with youth or experience. Now, you know, from my perspective, when I played over in England, you've got the experience. So, you know, someone like Rohit, his presence will make a stand. Him himself, with, you know, the numbers on the board, the consistency he always brings. He's got a great defence. Do you go youth, who we know Shubman can play the shots? He's played very well here. I think it was at the SCG against us. He's got the composure. But yet again, it comes down to the experience and what the selectors feel like playing in this inaugural World Test Championship. So, you know, for me, I would err the side of someone like Rohit Sharma, who's a very, very compact player. He's got the shots. He can rein it in and play the game itself. So I would err towards probably Rohit.